I also would not mind that. Have you played the daily today?
It looked very familiar, so I think, though I have not played it today,
Oh yeah, this is
that I have played it.
well. Let's give it a go.
Wait, what is this curse? Oh, if transformed or removed from your deck, lose 3 max HP. That I can deal with.
Oblivious Streams. There, fixed the stream name, so it doesn't say Kaling Floor 2 anymore.
Aww.
Oh, I have plated armor. Forgot about that. Plated armor.
Yeah. I'm having trouble with the silent in that I never seem to have enough defense.
Yeah, I usually have to just go all in on defense if I want to have any hope at all of avoiding damage.
Maybe I need to actually admit that that's the case. And
yeah, you have to figure out what your priority is and prioritize.
I was trying to get a lot of poison, but then...
Yeah, you can't, as much as I'd like to, you can't choose an archetype for your deck and then play. You have to,
Yeah.
You have to respond to the challenges of the run. Lame as that is. Ugh.
So lame.
Well, no one else is online yet. That's a bummer.
That's weird. I saw Drew on Friday. We went out to lunch like we always say we will.
Oh, you actually did it.
Yeah.
Well, that's neat.
We got some... How do you pronounce it? Poke?
Yeah. Or poke. Or pokey. Or poka.
Oh, it was so good. Like, I've just been thinking about it.
Is that the first time you've had it?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, what did you get on it?
Tuna one.
That doesn't really tell me much. Usually there's a whole array of toppings and you choose them.
Oh, well, I guess they're doing it wrong then.
Oh, you just walked in and said, "Give me the spicy tuna bowl," and they gave you a pre-made
basically.
bowl of... Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm tired, I'm just a tired person.
I didn't fall asleep last night until 2 a.m. And not because I was up having fun, but because I could not sleep.
Oh.
Because I'm old now.
I went and saw Blues Traveler last night.
Wow.
Cool.
That's interesting.
Yes, at a local hotel.
What's his name still 12,000 pounds?
Hello.
He's a little skinnier than that, but he's also 51 years old and he looks like he's 90, so,
Well, that's what a lifetime of blues does to you,
Yes, and a lifetime of being 500 pounds.
I'll be right back.
All right.
And watching music videos from the Blues Traveler from, the 90s when they were popular, I finally realized something I never understood before.
Yeah.
If you're watching their videos, their kind of lead singer harmonica-ist. What's his name? John
Popper.
John Popper, that's it. I never really got what the hell he was like. He always looked like he was wearing some kind of like hipster bandolier or something. I finally realized that's a harmonica bandolier.
Oh, so like multiple harmonicas.
He carries like a dozen harmonicas with him at any point in time, so he's ready for anything.
It's good to have.
Did Drew give any indication he was going to be out this week? I don't recall.
I don't think I've read the forums today, so maybe there. But
yeah, I haven't checked in a couple days.
Oh, never mind.
There he is.
Maybe he's too busy
right
just getting the Jello made.
Well, you do have to make the Jello,
what?
Making the Jello.
No,
No?
no,
Oh.
that's not it. So you know how like in my life, everything's coming up droopy right now.
Totally.
Yeah. So my garage door didn't open, and I'm like, why isn't it opening when I hit the button? It goes like an inch and then stuck. And so then I did some exploring on it, and you know the big coiled spring that's gigantic and is the reason that garage doors can open easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they break in half, your doors
They
don't
kill
open.
you. Yeah.
They
Yeah, and then
often
your
do
garage
some
door
damage,
weighs
too.
7,000 pounds.
Bummer, dude.
Sounds
Sounds like
like
everything's
sabotage
coming up
to me.
droopy.
Yeah. So I got that on top of other things.
On top of your cell phone?
It's not just me, Drew. Everyone else can hear it.
I find it very relaxing.
We should all text him.
It's like a foghorn in the distance.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh man, this run's fucked. I'm abandoning it. Hey, what do you guys want to do tonight?
Mage.
Yeah.
Mage, he says. What are you doing, Drew?
Age gets my vote.
Did you jump on the phone?
Yeah.
You doing phone
You gotta
stuff?
talk to his garage door guy.
He's got a guy for that sort of thing. Me too. Don't we all?
I got so many guys.
I mean, slow down there, Cleopatra. Well, I'm prepared to run some mage if we'd like to do that. I'm on roll 20.
All right.
I cannot wait to watch Drewby fuck it up again.
I just gotta finish up this round to slay the spire. And
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That definitely got to do that.
I'm fighting an elite.
An elite spire?
Elite in slay the spire.
Oh.
Wait, what's this?
It's go to bed.
It's go to hell to bed, kid. Damn.
It gives me 2 health every.
He's
Combat.
describing what the. I need to rearrange a few things, but let's see here.
I have to find all my
That
spreadsheets.
open, that. And
That one. That one. That one.
say hello to Rhythmbot.
Hello, Rhythm Bot.
Hey, Rhythm Bot.
Hello. That's what Rhythmbot sounds like. Drew, you there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Was that your garage door?
No, that was. I plugged my phone in a different room because the cord that I have, that is the only cord that'll charge it, my dog chewed up, so I have to lay it just right for it to charge because I haven't gone to the store to buy a new goddamn cord.
You have to lay the dog just right?
Your dog-
Yeah, I'm gonna lay the dog in a hole that I dig about.
This dog experiment's going great.
I remember when you were so happy about your new puppy.
I am happy about the dog. It's the only thing that I have that loves me.
Wow.
That got
Oh,
deep
my.
real fast. I
Drew,
apologize.
Drew, come on. We love you. Some of us.
We at least delight in your pain.
Thank you for that, by the way, for your pain.
Oh, my new avatar showed up. Everybody check out my new avatar.
Please wait while
It's
the
a
wizard is
wizard.
telling- Yeah, it's a wizard. I get it. It's a wizard with a laptop. It's pretty good. Drew, you got to get on roll 20, though, bro.
I'm trying.
Come on, bro.
I'm sorry. So many
Come on,
things.
bro, Haim.
My mouse stops working. So when I plugged in my phone to charge it on my computer, the mouse stopped working for some fucking reason.
Dang.
Did we get XP for session 16? I feel like
I don't remember.
I feel like
if we
you
did,
must
I
have.
didn't see the post.
Let me look.
I didn't add it to my sheet.
You definitely should have. Did
I'm
I
gonna
really
have to do
Did I really go a
that.
month and a half without giving you experience for the last session? I find that unlikely, but it's possible.
I do
'cause-
too.
No, you got 3 XP and another 3 arcane XP, and Sammy got a bonus for the spin he put on
Oh, yeah.
the situation, and Timmy got a bonus for the recap. Speaking of recap, does anybody want to give a recap?
When was the last time we played this?
It was like June
It's been a minute.
17th or something.
Okay.
I have zero
Okay.
recollection of anything.
June
the 18th.
17th, yeah.
Was the
Right.
last update? Okay.
I could do a recap.
Go
I
for
haven't
it.
read my notes, but I have notes.
It sounds like it's you then.
All right.
Go for it.
So, session 15.
Oh, wait. If we're starting, I have to start the spooky music.
Okay.
Come on,
Oh, wait.
man. Get it together.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't hear spooky music, though.
Maybe have it turned down.
You have rhythm bot
Probably.
muted.
That's the kind of thing I would do. Okay, so the previous session had ended with us exiting the boathouse and locking the weird shadow beastie things in. So we started this session with the Merovingian setting the dock on fire to cover our escape and stop the shadow beasties in case they broke out. Yoder convinced Applewhite to stick with us. The Honey Badger, Yoder, and Applewhite headed back to the Greasemobile, while Ender called Sodom, and the Merovingian controlled the fire to burn the dock. Sodom is a dick, so he put Ender on hold. And while the Merovingian finished getting the dock fire going, and then the two of us headed back to the Greasemobile. On the way back, the Merovingian's common sense made him realize that just leaving the beasties where sleepers were bound to investigate was a, finger quotes, bad idea.
My common sense is tingling.
Yes, it's much like a spidey sense, only grosser. So the Merovingian turned and prepared to fight the shadow beasties, while Ender scried to the Honey Badger and told them to come back. Honey Badger, Yoder, and Applewhite actually did come back, which was very helpful. Because during the ensuing battle, Ender used impressive mind magic to get the beasts to attack each other.
Yes.
But Honey Badger and Applewhite threw bricks. And Yoder shot crossbow bolts into the ones that got too close.
My recollection of the comeback moment was that Timmy put a vision of a 6-foot-tall phallus in Sammy's mind, but I don't want to make too fine a point of it. I just
So the Merovingian didn't see any of that, so he's just going to kind of keep on going.
yeah, fair enough.
For some reason, he didn't remember that. Eventually, there was one shadow beastie left standing, and the Merovingian struck it with fucking lightning, and it blew apart.
Its limbs
Coincidentally,
popped off, yeah.
that provided a plausible explanation for why the boathouse was on fire.
Which should be good cover when the police and the fire department arrive.
I would think so, yeah. Also, the Honey Badger persuaded Applewhite to tell him Angrist's real name and used it to seemingly convince the owners of the boathouse that the fire was related to the special effects that Angrist set off while shooting some kind of like stuff video or something in the boathouse.
Yeah, they were making a Doctor Who quality drama or something along those lines.
That's right.
Well, that's mostly it. There's one little detail at the end that maybe Sammy or
perhaps
or
maybe
Yoder
that's
wants
worth
to bring up.
discussing.
I'm not done. I've got more.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
Then Yoder sent Stu to go rile up the neighborhood dogs so the rest of the group could split up and make their way back to the invisible Greasemobile. Everyone got there safe just in time before, just as the last of us got in, a resident drove into his driveway right next to the Greasemobile. Once we were inside the Greasemobile, Honey Badger had Yoder punch him in the face. And this was just enough damage to knock him unconscious. And after some time, Honey Badger woke up standing upright in an elevator, but he didn't seem to notice. Angrist's real name is Ron Wavish. And we don't know Applewhite's real name. Those were my notes.
Those are some pretty good notes.
When did we learn that about his name? I don't remember that.
So Honey Badger was going to contact the owners of the home, but he needed to know the guy's real name in order to be like, "Do you know this dude? Because this is why your boathouse is on fire." And it was seemingly convincing enough.
Yeah, well, I think he interrogated or intimidated or persuaded Applewhite.
Sounds like I think.
Yeah, there was a role involved. Yeah.
Or persuasion or subterfuge.
Yeah,
Misdirection, con jobs, one of them.
There was a series of pretty good rolls there where you convinced Applewhite to give you Angrist's name, and then you talked to the people in the house, and you came up with a good story on the spot, so that's why you got a bonus XP for last time. Okay, cool. That's pretty much where we left it. So, Yoder has just popped Honey Badger in the face. Honey Badger said, "It's absolutely imperative that you deal exactly 1 point of damage," and so Yoder did 3.
Sorry.
No, well done.
I am 100% unconscious.
Yes, you are.
With lethal damage.
Yeah. At this point, you are unconscious. I think you would recover if they just laid you out in the street and no one came along and shot you or anything.
I could heal him a little bit.
No.
Like one, I could just roll 1 dice at a time.
He wanted this. Just leave him be.
That's true.
Let him lay.
He asked for it. So you hear from around the neighborhood, here in the invisible Hallow camper, the sound of a lot of dogs barking, and it's sort of an embarrassing collection of Richie foo-foo dogs. Like you can tell just from the way they bark, it's like it's all poodles and Yorkies and shit like that.
Afghans.
But they are barking their heads off, and they're setting each other off, and it's a sort of a nuclear reactor kind of a scenario, an uncontrolled reaction. The dog barkery is escalating, and so that's providing some level of cover and panicking anyone in the area who hears it. And yeah, Sammy's unconscious. Let's start with Sammy. Drew, would you give me a wits plus composure plus 1 roll, please?
All right. I mean, I'm completely unconscious, so I'm not entirely sure why I'm doing this, but okay.
Yeah, well, let's just pretend it's something your DM asked
Well, that
for.
explains it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of ones.
That's amazing. Next time, try to roll more 1s.
Okay, well, you haven't been able to cast any spells for a while in the real world now,
Yeah.
but your eyes were already opened by your first awakening experience, meaning now when Albacore casts a spell, Sammy doesn't stand around going, "What the fuck was that?" You're attuned to magic. But right now, isolated from everyone else, well, you have a strange sort of tingly feeling, and it feels familiar, like a sixth sense you haven't had to rely on in a while. But it's not clarifying anything for you at the moment.
Okay.
Would you please roll stamina for me?
Oh, good. This will be a good one.
Hey!
Oh.
Drew, I know you like to.
Chance to.
I know you like to duel the wizard from time to time, but has Sammy ever been high?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Sammy,
He's high right now.
yeah, you feel like you just took the biggest bong rip of your life. You're not experiencing time in a steady stream anymore. It's like your consciousness is being dealt to you from a deck of cards, one blip at a time. You take in your surroundings, and then your brain shuts off for a little while, and you doze off, and then you take in your surroundings again. And if there was a conversation happening right now, you'd have trouble participating.
Okay.
So, for the near future, we are going to be reducing all of your Dex, Int, Resolve, and Wits rolls by 1. Let's try and remember to do that.
Dex, Int, Resolve,
And Wits.
and Wits.
Yes. Okay, so you are on an elevator, though, in your depleted mental state. The doors are open. The interior of the elevator is strangely ornamental. There's red velvet wallpaper kind of pillowed out, and it's bracketed by brass fixtures on all the edges and corners. The floor looks like it might be marble tile. The ceiling is made of brass plates, and they're polished to a mirror finish. Something seems wrong about the reflection, though. Why don't you give me a wits plus composure roll and -1 wits?
Okay, so.
I think you should just push all the buttons.
Yeah.
1 success?
Oh, you got one.
All right. So in the reflection on the ceiling, you see an elevator operator standing at the front of the box, facing away from you, but you can't see your own reflection anywhere, and it's oddly disorienting.
Okay.
Outside the doors of the elevator, you see the lobby of Paradigm Solutions. Although you've never seen it from this angle, you recognize it. The reception area is clearly visible in the center of the room, but there's like a freestanding wall behind it, so you can't see who's at the desk. But you see someone's shoulder around the edge of the wall. There are people milling around the lobby, and you've got this. You remember that you are supposed to be going up to the 4th floor because there's somebody waiting for you there.
Is the door of the elevator open?
It's still open.
Is the operator saying anything, or is he just standing there looking at me?
The operator isn't even looking. Philip, or the operator, isn't even looking at you. He's looking straight forward.
Okay, so I'm aware, kind of what's happening here. I'd like to ask.
You vaguely recall that you're supposed to be meeting someone on the 4th floor.
No, I understand that, but I'm also hallucinating, and I'm aware of that.
You're aware that you're hallucinating.
I feel like I'm aware that I'm hallucinating. I wouldn't have gotten into the elevator if I wasn't hallucinating. Philip.
Well, you feel like you're high right now. You're not sure how you got here, but okay.
That's Philip. Can I take the stairs instead?
Chance die.
Philip turns his head about 10 degrees, and you see his eye sort of rolling into the corner to look. It's like he wants to look at you without turning his face.
Yes.
But he seems to be aware of you. And he just sort of... You hear him exhale and shake his head a little bit, and then he looks forward again.
Shakes his head into the negatory, I imagine.
Well, he would be nodding his head if it was in the pository.
That's fair.
So several more people are walking toward the elevator, and some of them are starting to get on. As they board the elevator, they sort of just silently turn and face the front. And everyone's just waiting for something to happen. There are buttons for L1, L2, and 2 through 8.
Philip, please press 4.
The operator doesn't touch any of the buttons, but the doors close.
I would like to sit in the corner and rock myself.
The elevator shudders into motion, and you can feel it going down.
I hate everything.
There are lights above the door for each of the floors, but they don't seem to be working. And everyone is quiet, facing away from you toward the front of the elevator.
I would like to push past them and press 4 on the buttons.
Let's skip back to the rest of the group quickly first.
Okay.
Does anybody want to do anything? Does anyone want to study Sammy's unconscious form and see how big his dick is, or anything like that?
No, that's gross.
We've all seen it all.
It's pretty big.
Why don't you all give me a wits plus composure check, and I will have Applewhite do the same.
Okay. Why have I lost my roll 20? Oh, there we go. Uno.
Back to roll 20. Yeah, you all had some... Oh, wow, okay. Merovingian with 3.
You.
Okay, we'll start with the Merovingian. We'll assume you... well, you tell me what spells you have active right now, if any.
Oh crap! I think I have that written down. I definitely have supernal vision and magic shield.
Okay. Supernal vision, you're getting used to interpreting the inputs you get from that now. You've begun associating colors and shapes and even smells with certain arcana. Like death is the one you're most acquainted with because you were surrounded by it up in Canada, and it's like a dirty orange, and it's cloudy, and it smells like an overripe banana.
Ew.
When you cast a forces spell, well, why don't you tell me what's a good color for forces magic?
Red.
I was thinking bright yellow.
Sure, bright yellow. I will note that down. So, when you cast a forces spell, which you've done a couple times in the very recent past, it's like a bright yellow sort of flash, and you get the impression of triangles, even though there aren't any triangles involved. It's just how your brain is choosing to interpret the input from supernal vision. When you cast a prime spell, oddly enough, you are unable to observe it at all. It's like asking a camera to take a picture of itself. What you see right now over Sammy's body is a white light, which is unlike any magic you've seen so far. It has no scent, it has no shapes, it's amorphous, it's just a white light. But it seems magic. Yoder.
I have Pulse of the Living World and Organic Resilience up.
Okay.
It's basically my mage site.
Yeah. It's your life, mage sight, and armor.
Yes.
Right? Okay. You feel a vibration in your pocket.
What?
This doing there?
It's your cell phone.
Watch out for his fingers.
Well, I check my pocket.
You reach into your pocket and you find something you forgot you'd put there, which is the bone knife that you picked up up on the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be excited or something.
It's got a real boner.
Oh, boner.
Get it? Because it's a bone.
I can.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, you can investigate further if you'd like, but
Talk to it. It's awake now.
well-
hang on, I'm just looking at what my options are here.
well, you could just roll something like investigation plus spirit or something, and just
Let's
peer
do
at
that.
it and try to figure something out.
Investigation and spirit. That.
Damn, son. Okay. The spirit, you're not sure if it's awake, but the spirit in this knife is excited in the presence of nearly dead Sammy.
It wants to stab Sammy.
Oh, it wants to harvest him.
That's okay.
Write his name on a shingle.
I'm gonna. Well, here I can. Let's see. Ask. Not really asking for aid. I can try Spirit Tongue and see if I can talk with the spirit.
Sure, yeah. Do you have that as a rote?
No. So that would be Gnosis plus Spirit.
Gnosis plus spirit, you got it. Okay, well, you are speaking spirit tongue. And you hear, you can hear the voice of the spirit living in this knife, and it's just kind of grunting and making incomprehensible noises. It's as if it wants to lunge somewhere, not necessarily at Sammy, but it's excited.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is hold the knife really tight and get closer to Sammy.
Okay.
I want to see what happens.
This can't go badly.
All right, you take a step towards Sammy, holding the knife in front of you with both hands. It starts vibrating even harder, jerking around, and its voice is getting to be frenzied. It's like, oh, yes, 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 yes! Super excited. Ender, you rolled a success on your wits plus composure check.
Yes, I did.
Where's your laptop right now?
It's in my lap, surprisingly enough.
Oh, you've got it open? You're doing something? What are you doing?
Yep. Reddit.
He got in and was immediately bored.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say that.
I don't want to miss anything on Reddit.
This sucks. Well, you hear an unfamiliar sound. How old is Ender?
About
Oh,
28.
we've got an age for Ender. I need to find it real quick.
It's on your character sheet.
31.
31. It would probably be a relatively unfamiliar sound. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
You've got mail.
I was gonna guess that.
I started desperately searching for AOL and
Major well.
All right. Was there anything else you wanted to do quick, Yoder, before we hop back to Mr. Hallucination?
Not for the moment. I'll step back. I'll just step back away from a little bit so as to not to lose grip of the knife and have it flying stab in my face.
Back.
That's delightful.
Okay. Back to Sammy. It's tough to say how far you've descended, but after about 15 seconds, the elevator settles to a stop. The doors glide open, and from your seated position, through the legs of the people standing in front of you, you see what looks like a deserted basement. The lights are off, a few emergency floodlights are washing the area in a dingy red glow, but aside from that, it's pitch blackness. There are some old stained cardboard boxes stacked up on metal shelves to either side, and there's about 1/4 of an inch of water on the ground. The other passengers all just silently trudge out of the elevator and off into the dark, leaving you and the operator alone in the elevator.
4, please.
Yeah, you still have a nagging feeling you want to be on the 4th floor. The operator nods imperceptibly again, and the doors close, and the elevator continues downward.
I hate everything.
The operator's ignoring you. You can't get a look. You can't get a look at his face.
Can I get to the buttons? I would like to push 4.
You can stand, and
I would like to stand and try to get to the buttons and push 4.
Okay, so you're going to reach around the elevator to the buttons, and you're going to push 4.
I prefer not to say reach around, but yes.
You're going to give the operator, aka Philip, a reach around. You're gonna fill up my ass.
That's not what I want to do, but okay, whatever.
Would you give me a dexterity plus... shit. Dexterity plus... let me pop over the sheets here. Larceny. Dexterity plus larceny. Because you're sort of trying to reach around the guy.
Okay. Sure, yeah.
Reach around. Hey.
Hey!
Nice.
All right, you snake your arm around Philip's midsection. And Philip seems pleased. Let me find this. As you try to kind of reach around him, his body doesn't budge. It's like he's a stone pillar. But you do manage to snake your arm around and peck your finger at the 4 button. And it lights up. It lights up and it flickers a bit. But the elevator is already descending, so we'll just have to check and see what kind of an impact that has.
I would like to weasel my way back to the corner where I sit on the ground again.
Okay. Let's go back to the rest of the group. Let me see here. One more wits plus composure roll from Albacore, please. The Merovingian.
Thank you. Rolling 7.
2 successes. All right, no problem. The white light is becoming more focused. It's starting to look like a spotlight. It was just a diffuse glow, but now it's taking on more of a directed aspect, and it's pointed directly at Sammy's face. You're not sure you're not sure where the source is. Somewhere above his face, but you don't see a spotlight on the roof of the greasemobile, so you're not sure what's going on there.
That's weird. I would like to jump into the driver's seat and start driving the greasemobile.
Okay.
We're invisible and there's police. That's why we weren't moving.
Well, the moment you move, you will no longer be invisible.
That's all right. I'm okay with it.
Okay. Well, I assume Sammy keeps the keys somewhere safe, like the cup holder.
Probably, yeah.
So
They're in my
you,
pocket. Dig around.
So you run up to the front and you start up the van. You fish around in Sammy's front pocket and.
No, the other one. Deeper.
There's more than one hole in these
No.
pockets.
It's more toward the middle. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Just you're almost there.
So you hop back.
White light gets brighter.
They're stuck. They're stuck. Give them a jerk.
So you start to drive. You pull forward, and you see the windshield and the front hood of the van sort of shimmer and wave briefly as the car shudders into motion. Is there anything in particular you're trying for here? Is there a destination you have in mind? Or?
I'm heading to Paradigm Solutions.
Okay. Okay, that's going to be a short drive, but off you go. Anyone observing Sammy's face will see that the light is unperturbed by the motion. It's not anchored above the car or something. It's anchored on Sammy's face.
So can everybody else see that? Is it like a magical thing, or is it?
No. You know what? They can't see the light. It's just
Okay.
you.
So I glance back and okay, it's still the same.
The light's still there.
All right.
Let's see here. Applewhite climbs up into the passenger seat, and he's still riding the high of escaping from the creatures at the boathouse, and he turns to you with a massive grin on his face and holds his fist up and shouts, "Kapla!"
What, Kapla?
This Klingon crap.
What's that mean?
It's Klingon for success.
Ah, fucking nerd.
He's a giant. He's a
Right.
huge
Black
nerd.
trench coats, katanas.
Yep.
Fucking
He's
Klingon.
a giant nerd. Okay. You wonder where he
Celestial
came
fire.
up. You wonder where he and Angrus came up with $200 to rent the boathouse. I mean,
They obviously sold some body pillows or something.
it's some body pillows or some X-Men comics or something.
Yeah.
Did I hear somebody say something?
No.
No? Okay. You're still digging around for an AOL install disk ISO, and and Yoder is taunting his knife by moving back and forth closer and farther from Sammy. Okay, well, back to Sammy. After about 10 seconds of descent, the doors open onto absolute darkness and silence. You can't even see the floor. After a moment, your eyes adjust, and the light from the elevator's interior falls on what looks like rough hempen rope tied around the scene like a spider web. There's still no floor you can see, just rope stretching off into the distance.
Okay.
You want to roll wits plus composure?
Cut the rope.
Don't cut the rope. Wits plus composure with a -1 for your
For being
intoxication. Dang! Okay, 4 successes.
Yay!
Up above, you can begin to make out something pale dangling into the edge of your vision at the top of the door and out in the distance.
Is it a penis?
No,
Okay.
no. As you observe and try to puzzle out what it
It's not a
is,
penis. I'm alright.
it looks like dozens of pairs of feet and legs, all hanging still and lifeless.
Oh.
And you can barely perceive the faint sound of dusty throats singing a song you recognize off in the distance.
Oh. Is it
Oh,
the song from the tunnel?
Let's see. Let's look up your how to remember things. You're trying to remember. You're recalling a memory. Intelligence plus composure. So -1 or -2?
1, because
One.
it's
Okay.
it's just int is taking it.
Yeah,
So it's
okay, so-
5.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that that's what is being sung. You're pretty sure that that is the sound of mummies singing their hymn up in Canada somewhere.
Oh my.
Well, I don't care for this. Hey, Phil. Are we gonna go up now? Because I hit that button that says 4, and I'd sure like to not be here anymore.
Are you still back against the back of the elevator?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Phil turns his head about 10 degrees again, and you can see his mouth quirk downward in a frown. And he finally does reach up and press the number 4, and it lights up and flickers a bit, and he seems puzzled. And the doors close, and the elevator continues down.
I hate everything.
After another 20 seconds of descent, the doors crack open and a vertical line of light and heat blasts through, hitting you in the face like a laser. As the doors open wider and wider, your whole body is assaulted by oppressive heat. You can make out a brilliant inferno in the distance, and it's mind-boggling that a flame so far away could feel this hot. But even from here, you can hear it crackling like a forest fire off in the distance. And in the corona of light around the fire, you can make out 3 silhouettes standing somewhere in that space, and their shadows are stretching out like fingers toward the elevator door.
Okay. Well, this doesn't seem any more appealing than the last place. I'd like to scoot to the just to the side of the door opposite Phil, so that the corona of light is not hitting me so much.
Good call. Let's see here. Why don't you roll stamina plus survival?
Oh. Stamina doesn't take a hit, so this will be good. God.
Ooh, all right.
Wow.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
You're barely breaking a sweat. You find exactly the right spot in the elevator to hide and insulate yourself from the heat. Phil leans to the side and puts his head right in the blast furnace, and he's staring out the door, and he looks, now that you're at the front, you can see his face. He looks extremely perturbed. But he presses the 4 button again, and it just continues to flicker, and now he's starting to kind of stab at it multiple times, like he'd really like to take you to the 4th floor.
Uh-huh.
The doors slam shut, and the elevator descends for a full minute.
Jesus.
This time, as the doors open, a ripping, howling, whistling sound nearly ruptures your eardrums, and all the air in the elevator rushes out. Would you roll strength plus athletics, please?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Well, that's a good roll. Look at that. Oh, man!
Holy
Oh.
Jesus.
Wow! All right. So
5
not
successes on 6 dice. That's pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not only do you not go flying out the elevator, you stand up and stay on your feet and have no trouble at all. You're very cocky. But once
I'm gonna double middle fingers out the door.
Well, now that the initial puff of air has gone out, there's nothing stopping you from doing whatever you want, aside from the fact that you are about to suffocate. So as you blast your double birds into space, you realize you are staring into the void. There's a colorful nebula to one side and a binary star system somewhere nearby, throwing violet light all over you, and you cannot breathe. You half expect to see the Starship Enterprise or something. Please roll stamina plus survival again.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow, okay.
I'm invincible.
You're doing good.
You're fine. You remain conscious, and with all the light out in space, outer space, wherever the fuck you are, you don't recognize any constellations, but Sammy wasn't really all that much of an astronomer.
No.
With all the light out there, the inside of the elevator actually feels dark in comparison. Wits plus composure, please.
Sammy is tempted to start singing Rocket Man and jumping out the door.
Sounds good.
Dang. Okay, that was a lot of dice, but only one success. But one success is enough to perceive things. And from the top of the door, you see a dark hand on the end of a long arm reaching down into your field of view from somewhere above. And it's close enough to touch if you want to.
I'd like to grab it.
Oh my. It's gutty. It's gutty, son.
I don't want to go deeper. And you know what? Let's, at some point, one of these, they're just going to get progressively worse. It's time to get out of this shit. I'm grabbing it.
Okay, give me a Dex plus Athletics roll.
Okay, I lose one on Dex, so 3, 5.
Wow. Okay. You grab one side of the door to make sure you don't vent yourself into space, and you reach out and snag the hand, and it feels cold, like charcoal or something. What do you want to do with it?
Give it a tug.
Rub it.
You want to tug it. So
I wanna tug it.
You tug this this hand into the elevator with you.
Yeah.
And it offers no resistance. I mean, it's not limp. You can tell that there's some musculature somewhere in this arm that's controlling it, but it offers no resistance. It just comes into the elevator with you. But there's something strange, which is that it's a very long arm. It's you pull the hand, you've got the hand in, you've got an arm, and like you don't even quite see the elbow yet. You think maybe there's a joint somewhere just outside the elevator right now, but you've not pulled the full arm with you by any means.
All right. I'd like to reel it in.
All right. You're going to have to break it in several places to do that.
It's not bendy at all, huh? Very rigid.
Well, it's an arm.
All right. I didn't know. Maybe it's some weird rubber arm. Hey, Phil, does this seem like a good idea?
Phil finally turns around and looks at you straight in the face, and the look of horror in his expression. He just shakes his head at you silently because he can't breathe any more than you can, and says, looks like he's trying to mouth words. You're not sure what he's saying. He doesn't look like he's too keen on what's going on right now. Strangely enough, when you spoke, you could hear your words, but Phil appears to be operating in a vacuum.
Okay, well then I'm just going to push the arm back out and say, push again. And
Get out of here!
Let's see what fresh hell below is 20 more minutes down.
I don't need you, Shadow
God
Arm.
damn it, Phil.
All right.
Phil, you're a terrible spirit guide.
You shove the arm out, and it drifts off into zero gravity, and you keep your eyes on it, and it just keeps going and going and going. It's a long, implausibly long arm. And then the doors slam shut, and the elevator rushes downward faster than before.
I should have climbed the arm. That was the trick.
That's a missed opportunity right there.
Damn it.
All right, back to the group. So you've been driving for about 10 minutes. You're well out of the neighborhood you were in. You are probably through the UW campus at this point. You're on your way back to Paradigm Solutions. Is anyone doing anything else aside from that?
I'm gonna take a poll of what everybody thinks I should do with the knife.
Put
I'm
it in
gonna
his
get some
butt.
water. No, don't put it in my. No.
Well,
I'm gonna
the
vote you.
handle first, not the sharp end.
I'm gonna vote you. Name it Knifey McKnife Face.
Knifey McBone Knife, Death Loving Weirdo Spirit Knife. Yeah. Okay.
So I shouldn't let it stab.
It seems like
Definitely
you're not
better.
getting any useful votes.
It seems like you're gonna just have to heal him if you do that. So
Applewhite,
Seems like a-
Applewhite wants to know why you're asking.
Just curious to what everybody's thoughts are.
What? Well, I mean, I've got a sword. You want to give me some advice on what to do with my sword? What's the big deal with this knife?
Well,
Seppuku.
it really wants. It gets really. I don't think I could do that. It gets really excited when I put it near Honey Badger.
Weird.
Did anybody know that? I suppose. Did anybody know that before? Or did only I notice that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're the
what?
only one. You're the only one who noticed it. You're
Oh.
the
Yeah.
one
So this knife here, when I get closer to Honey Badger, it like starts vibrating and saying yes, yes, yes. It gets all excited. It's weird.
oh,
That's probably not good.
So I mean, I'm guessing I should keep it away. I'm just wondering if now that you all know that, if anybody has any different thoughts.
no.
The knife that we found on the old man who was eating people and carving their names into like shingles is excited about a dead body. Or
I'm not dead.
body. Mostly dead. Fine.
Oh no,
Yeah.
dead.
I'm getting better.
I mean, I feel like that's good information, but we should probably keep it away from the mostly dead guy.
All right. Well, I'll do that then.
Have I had any luck with the AOL installation? Can I make a roll?
Yeah, sure. Let's roll intelligence plus computers plus gnosis.
Okay.
Ooh, it's a magical installation
There's something special going on here.
because you're using the wizard.
Magical
9
email.
dice.
9 dice.
Oh, I clicked wrong. There's some tens.
Oh my!
Jesus Christ.
It actually is 1997.
That's a lot.
All right. Let me find what I wanted to give you at some point for that, because that's an exceptional success, and I really shouldn't hold back.
Thank you.
Where is it? It's a notification from Reddit, oddly enough.
Okay.
It's an email. It's a notification from Reddit. It's a post that you missed somehow when you were on Reddit a few moments ago. But it looks like
Because I was busy looking at this.
You went straight to like. Oh God, I can't come up with anything.
I did that. Now I need to give you a second.
I went straight to our MILFs or something.
All right. Well, he didn't even notice the orange notification on in the top of the.
I'm ashamed.
Let me
It only
see.
matters if you ever actually get any,
True.
which I think only happens if you ever post, and I never post. I don't get the orange envelope
You can post on Reddit.
I get the orange envelope in responses to things.
because you post.
Yeah, I posted like pictures of my Halloween costume.
Oh
last
my
year.
God, the Reddit redesign is so bad.
Yeah. I feel like we're completely off task here.
No, we're on topic. Believe it or not.
I blame Norland.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is so bad. Take me back to old Reddit.
You can just type old instead of www. Old.reddit.com.
Good call. All right. So what you've gotten is a notification from Reddit
Okay.
of a new post in a subreddit that you frequent. And I'll just leave it at that for now. Okay. Okay, that's everybody in the grease mobile. Let's go back to Sammy. Oh no, there's so much snow on the road.
What?
That's me practicing my Minnesotan accent.
Oh, okay.
This is symbolic, you know. There's an eerily familiar voice speaking from behind you in a heavy Minnesotan accent.
Minnesotan.
Minnesotan. How long you gonna let things get worse before you do something about it?
Quite a long time. I tried to pull that damn arm in, and good old Phil here talked me out of it. Also, who the fuck am I talking to? What's happening here?
You could turn and look, I suppose.
I would like to do that.
Okay. Well, it's an older man. He's gray at the temples. He's got a few wrinkles around his mouth, forming distinct frown lines. The sort of wrinkles you see on someone who doesn't spend enough time looking at porn on the internet. His left cheek is pockmarked with what looks like an acid burn, and you're struggling to figure out where you recognize him from. Give me what's plus composure roll.
Okay.
Okay. Well, he has an odd tin horn affixed to the side of his head, like an old-timey hearing aid, and you notice that one of his fingers is missing, and in its place he's got a ceramic dummy replacement finger with a little needle sticking out the end of it. He looks like yeah, it's an odd look. He's got a bunch of prostheses. And something jolts you in the brainstem as you are observing him further, and everything suddenly falls into place, and you realize you're staring at yourself. It's like looking in a mirror. You've lost a little bit of weight.
And a finger, apparently.
That's
But
where the
I'm
weight.
from Alabama.
Right, but I mean, I'm role playing as you, role playing as Sammy, so it makes sense if you think about it.
So wait, Sammy is seeing me.
No, Sammy is seeing an old version of Sammy. Yes.
This is really fucking meta. All right.
So other you rolls his eyes and pulls an envelope out of his jacket. Hold on to this. Don't open it yet. You'll need it in a minute.
When the hell do I get off this thing? When do we go to floor 4?
Well, you don't go to floor 4, but you get off right about, and then you hear a ding, and the doors swoosh open, and you say, "Right about now," and he kicks you in the midsection, and you stumble backwards out of the elevator.
Oh, good. I'm glad to know that I continue to be an asshole well into my elder years.
Like that was a concern?
No, that's fair.
And older you has learned to a greater extent how to use sarcasm. And he waves and says, "Goodbye!
Wow.
Get on out there, you fucking hoser!" And the door slams shut. In front of him.
Hoser.
Yeah.
Why is future me Canadian?
You know what? Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I think it's up.
You'll find out later.
Okay. I'm really excited. All right. So now what? What am I stuck in?
Well, you are holding an envelope. You are staring at a closed set of elevator doors. And you're surrounded by misty fog, suffused with light from some ambient source. It smells like a swamp.
Are there poppies?
You don't see any poppies.
Okay, I felt like that was important.
Well, you don't see any poppies yet.
Oh.
You hear cackling voices in the distance, whooping with harsh laughter.
Okay.
Whooping.
Well, I'm going to cautiously head towards the sound.
The whooping, harsh laughter?
Yes.
Okay.
The
Why are you saying
whooping.
it like that?
I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce it in the most magey way possible.
Ah.
Okay. Off into the mist. Why don't you roll wits plus composure yet again for me, please?
I should probably just remember how many that is.
Oh, look
Good
at
lord.
the 10. There's a couple
48.
of 10s.
Jesus.
What?
Okay.
Man's on fire.
You see some sort of a monolithic structure looming in the distance through the mist, and you approach it.
Okay. Now,
It
Sammy's
is.
never seen 2001: A Space Odyssey.
No, I didn't figure he would have. So I will describe in more detail. It's let's see here. It's 1 by 4 by 9. It's obsidian and black and smooth surfaced rectangle. No, just kidding. All right. We got to go back to the grease mobile.
Okay.
So you have arrived at Paradigm Solutions.
Oh, good.
Now what?
I don't know.
Just for fun, hey, Stu, are you back here?
Yeah, man.
All right, just for fun, do you think you can get every dog in Madison to bark at the same time?
Jesus Christ.
God damn.
Useful.
Well, Stu is of limited means, but nearly infinite willingness. So he will.
Try.
Yeah, go do that while we're inside. See what you can do.
Oh man. Okay, boss. I appreciate the vote of confidence. I'll see you in a while.
Yes, sir.
I think one of us should stay here with Sammy while he's incapacitated.
Well, what's the plan?
I was thinking we'd take him with us.
I'm not carrying him.
Good point.
And I
That seems like
have
a
the
job
most
for
strength,
Yoder.
so- I think I have the highest strength.
How did that? Oh, that's right. You're the beefy guy with the laptop.
Yeah.
3 strength. How many strength do you have?
Hold on. I think it's 3.
I gotta pull that up here.
Yeah, I got 3.
I got 3 strength, 2 dexterity, 3 stamina.
All right, I guess probably between the two of us, we might be able to lift him. We might drop him a few times, but that's fine.
It's not like he's a stone bucket or anything.
Oh,
I really want to know what was in that well that it was so damn hard to fucking pull up.
It was a bunch of bad dice rolls, apparently. All right.
So the extent of the Merovingian's plan here is to find out, like, the people here at least might know what's going on.
okay, I got it. We need to take Sammy's body and put it in the elevator. So
Oh
when
my
he
God.
wakes up,
So he wakes up. He's in the elevator again.
I mean, that's kind of where I was going with it, but we don't actually know he's there, so
Right.
the role play
No.
makes it a little tricky.
it does.
All right.
But
So
shit's weird with him, and these are the magic people, and so that's why why I brought him here.
How weird is things with me? I mean, yeah, the glowy thing on my face, but otherwise, one of you punched me in the face and I went unconscious. That's
And
not that
started
weird.
glowing.
Oh, that's true. And now there's a knife that keeps going, like getting an
Yeah,
erection
and-
when you get
yeah.
close.
it goes like this. That's the sound it makes.
I put it in the other room.
Okay, thank you. All right. So do you park the camper then and
Park the car.
you
Yeah,
park the camper?
the nearest 2-hour parking street spot.
All right. There's one strangely close.
Perfect.
So you park, and when you turn around to look at Sammy again, now it looks like his face is what's emitting the light, and the whole back half of the camper is illuminated. And you're getting more sensory information now than you were before. It's not just white light. You're also getting, well, it sounds like cackling laughter off in the distance.
Oh, good.
That makes perfect sense.
Sure. So,
Yeah, we should take him to see what's her nuts.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah,
We should.
let's do that.
That works.
so it's getting to be pretty late. The encounter at the boathouse was like just after dinner time, and then like 7, 8 p.m. people were starting to arrive home, and you left, so it's probably around 9 right now. Well, you look in the front of the building, and you see, actually it looks like Valley High at the front desk, but you're not sure who else will be in the building at this time of night.
Fair enough. Let's go ask.
All right, so are you going to carry Sammy in with you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So who's picking him up?
I will.
Timmy's the one with all the strength. Who was going to help you at the other end, at the heavy end, the light end? Okay.
Whatever.
All right,
Definitely not me.
Yoder and Timmy, give me strength plus athletics. Strength plus athletics.
I'm briefly considering using willpower.
Hey, I got 4
Wow.
successes on 4 dice.
Oh,
Seven
shit.
between us.
Oh, that is an incredible roll. 4 dice, 4
Yeah, that's
successes.
pretty damn good.
No re-rolls. I would do the math on that, but I don't want to be here all night. Okay. No problem. You lift 2 ends of the Sam Meister, and without letting his fangs snag you, you navigate him outside the greasemobile. And what's the Merovingian doing in the meantime? You gonna hold the door open or anything? Something polite like that?
Well, yeah, of course. I'm
Okay.
holding the door open.
All right,
Saying,
give me a dexterity.
"Come on,
No,
guys,
I'm
in
just
here."
kidding. Okay, so so you carry what's his name in, and what are you gonna do?
Just straight up to the front desk and be like, "Hi. Something weird's going on with my friend. We thought maybe you could help us out."
Let's see. So somebody's freaking out there.
It's just my kid. Don't worry about it.
Let me see what Valley High's arcana are. Yeah, okay. Wow. Did you need some help healing him, or what happened?
No, he seemed to want to be like this in
I knocked him out.
like in physical being. Then he started glowing, and we think
Wait. Was it you guys that called earlier? Because Sodom
we-
ran out of here and asked me to cover for him.
We did
I
call.
think Ender called to somebody.
Yeah, I
Oh,
called
okay.
Sodom, but
So
he
what
seemed
have-
to-
What have you guys been up to? Something violent, I take it.
Well,
killing stuff?
somebody said we needed to go take care of this problem that we caused, and we think we did that.
We're not sure though.
Yeah, we
We
were
may have
solving
caused-
problems.
We may have caused more. I don't know.
Shut up.
I mean, yeah,
I
no,
knew
we
it
took care of
does.
our problem, so we're back.
Everything's
There were corpses.
fixed.
There were
Yeah.
corpses, and now there's not. But also, Sammy is glowing.
You're right.
Glowing? I don't see any glowing.
Okay, so you're not like a primey mage then.
No, I'm not primey. Sorry.
Okay. So here's what I think is going on. I think that he tried to trigger his own awakening because he had a failed one. And he seems to be reacting, so I think that's happening, and I don't want to interrupt it, but I don't know what's going on.
Why don't you give me intelligence plus occult plus prime, -3.
Intelligence plus occult plus prime. So that's 4, 7, 11, -3.
-3.
So 8.
That's a lot of dice for. Dang. Okay. Yes, your intuition tells you that that's exactly what happened. Honey Badger's been whining about his awakening for the last couple of days, and you suspect that this is him forcing it to happen. And furthermore, you think that what you are seeing with that white light is no particular arcana, but instead it's like pure supernal energy. It's whatever's going on with Sammy in the supernal world right now. You think that it's linked with his physical form or with his mind or something, and that's what you're seeing. So that's what white is. It's the supernal world. And Valley High says, "Fuck."
Awesome.
He asked me about this. He asked me about triggering another awakening, and I told him that he'd probably need some trauma to do. Oh, Jesus.
Well, he takes things very to heart.
Yes, he's a very specific kind of person, and
Yeah,
you don't want to tell him things like that.
I'm getting that.
We'll do that. Yeah.
Well, this is.
we can do to
Chop
help
off his
him.
own penis to do it, he would have.
Right.
I tell you.
So missed opportunity.
Hey, let's not be ridiculous here.
He probably would have chopped off his own penis.
Well, look, if we had an experienced prime mage here, I would suggest that we could try and help him by, I don't know, following him into the supernal world. But I've never done it. I don't know any prime mages aside from, well, there's this one lady. But it's
Yeah. Look at the time.
well, she runs a bookstore. Echo's got a little bit of prime magic, but Philippa's the real expert. I don't know if it's something you want to attempt because it's probably dangerous. But you guys have got, I assume, some form of connection to this guy, so you might have a better chance of tracking him across wherever the hell he is. Me, I'm not going to be much help.
Well, shit.
So, back to Sammy.
Okay, so I'm still chunking along through the fog.
Give me a... I don't want to say wits plus composure. Let me give you something else.
Composure.
Damn it! I just remembered what the hell it is, so I don't have to look it up every time.
Give me composure plus wits. Yeah, no. Let's see here. Composure plus survival.
Okay.
Seriously?
Wow, you're batting 1,000 tonight. So,
Except for the first two rolls that set me up for the -1.
yeah, true. Okay. So you're approaching this monolith, this obelisk, and it looks. You can't make out any details yet, but from the shape in the mist, it seems to be something around the order of 20 to 25 feet tall, and that tingling sensation you felt earlier is back full force. And now you remember it. It's your unseen sense.
Oh,
Your old unseen sense merit that you haven't had an opportunity to use in quite a while.
sweet.
And it's telling you, not only is something afoot, but you should not look at the obelisk. You just have a feeling that you don't want to look at it.
Okay.
He's gonna look at it.
No, I'm not.
That's what they want you to.
Aha, that's what, yeah.
I am going to open the envelope.
Oh.
Is my unseen sense telling me to open the envelope?
No, it isn't.
Use lucky coin, or what's that? Sense treasure.
Sense treasure. I have fortune. I find the hidden
find
hoard.
the hidden hoard. Yeah, find the hidden hoard.
You know you want to.
You know what? I'm going to try it.
Find the hidden hoard. Okay, roll it.
Wits plus, so it's 6.
Have you got it
Wait,
as a rote?
Yeah, I do have it as a rote.
Of course you do. Okay.
But it's a wits thing, so I can't do that, right?
Wits plus crafts plus matter. Do you have you've got a -1 to wits, right?
So 5.
Yeah, that's fine. Roll 5. 1 success. Let me remind myself exactly what Find the Hidden Hoard does.
I find hidden compartments with hidden things in it,
Yeah,
if they exist.
hidden compartments specifically, or just any open cavity, or
Well, yeah, open cavities that may contain something. That's how I found the knife with that. I thought, didn't I?
yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find it's fate, right?
Yeah, it's fate magic.
Where the hell is it?
It is on page. Where is it? Where the hell is it?
It's going to be on the spell reference. Let me take a look at that. Oh,
You
Jesus.
would think.
Fate. Find the hidden hoard. I think it's actually a matter spell.
Does it matter? Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, it's matter.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep, it's matter 1.
Okay.
Matter 1. Find secret compartments within inanimate matter, hidden doors, safes, vaults.
That's my summary version of it.
It's on page 195.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Detecting the presence of unseen spaces within. Okay, that's actually literally all that spell says. Okay. All right. 1 success.
Apparently
The
I used
obelisk.
it-
The obelisk is completely hollow.
Oh. How thick is it?
You mean how wide is it?
What? Sure. I mean, is it square? Or
It seems to be. I mean, you're sort of glancing at it. You don't want to look directly at it. At least that's. But you know, it seems to be. If it's 20 to 25 feet tall, it's maybe 10 feet in diameter, and it seems to be round.
It seems to be round, and it's 1 foot in diameter, and it's hollow.
10 feet in diameter.
10 feet in diameter.
Do you approach?
I want to roll lucky coin
Okay.
on on the obelisk.
Lucky coin on the obelisk. Okay.
I want to grant good fortune to a lifeless object. Now let me lay out my plan here. Cast some
do.
good fortune on it.
Please do.
I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to punch it.
That's your plan?
Yeah.
It's gonna get bonus dice to like resist your punch.
Yeah, that's not quite what
Okay, I would like to cast lucky coin on my fist.
Fist is not an inanimate object. You could you could find a rock to pick up or something.
I would like to cast lucky coin on the envelope, which I will put in my fist.
You cannot use an envelope as a melee weapon. I'm sorry.
Can't I use it as a slicing weapon?
It's one hell of a paper cut.
Paper cut to the obelisk.
Paper cut. Paper cut.
He just said the obelisk
hell's
was
the-
not a lifeless object. Just throwing that out there.
He did?
No. I said it was.
Or not inanimate.
Yeah, maybe that's what I said. Not inanimate, but that's. No. I said your fist was not an inanimate object.
Ah.
I'm looking for this spell now. God, why am I having such trouble?
What's the lucky coin one?
Yeah.
155.
155.
Maybe
Lucky
I should
coin.
cast lucky coin on my shoe and then mule kick the thing.
Yeah, well, you interact with a lifeless object, bringing fortune to bear upon it. You fortify it to its ability to perform the tasks for which it was designed. So, it makes a hammer a better hammer. It makes a glaive a better glaive. It makes your shoe a better shoe.
Can it make my shoe a better kicking thing?
I don't see why not.
Force one.
There we go. All right, we're casting it. Rolling 7 dice.
Okay.
Hey!
All right. Your shoe is a better kicking shoe.
I'm kicking the obelisk, but I'm gonna mule kick it. So I'm not gonna look at it. I'm
So you're
gonna
not
kick it
looking
in the-
straight at it. Okay.
No, I'm gonna do one of them like side kicks, like just wah. Yeah.
Shwa! Okay. Well, give me strength plus athletics plus 3 for your magical lucky shoe.
Got it.
Jesus!
There's a lot of dice.
What?
Okay, so you turn around, you mule kick this obelisk with your foot, and real quick here, let me check something. You hear something that sounds like a bell, a massive like prayer bell in an ancient Buddha temple or something, just bong, and the spot where you strike, you actually fracture a piece of the tower, just like the surface of a brick or something falls off and lands in front of you.
Okay. Am I getting a feeling I shouldn't pick that up or look at it?
Wits plus composure.
Damn it. I almost rolled 70 dice.
It would have been okay. All right, so no, your unseen sense is definitely still tingling, but it's all to do with the obelisk behind you.
Okay, I'd like to pick up the piece and inspect it.
Okay. You pick it up. You turn it over in your hands. Why don't you give me intelligence plus investigation?
Is that your phone?
No, that's mine.
Oh no.
Well, because my intelligence is at 0 because of the -1 penalty.
Yes. Well, there are indecipherable scribblings on the surface of the stone. You can try and examine it again and see if you can decipher them, but
I would like to try one more time.
okay.
It's in English. You just can't read.
You still can't quite figure out. You can't make out what they're just indecipherable runes.
I would like to throw it at the obelisk.
It's just a quarter. You just can't read it.
All right, we'll go back to the group real quick.
Oh, fine.
So, group, you tell me if there's anything you want to try before you just lay him on a couch and wait.
Let's load him back in the greasemobile and take him to
Philippa?
Philippa.
I was torn between that and taking him in the elevator, but he's out of the elevator now. So yeah, let's take him to Philippa.
You still didn't know I was in the elevator.
No, I know, but I'm breaking the fourth wall here.
Kind of like when my future self was Minnesotan.
Yeah.
For some reason, yeah. Oh no, there's so much snow on the road. Let me roll something for you real quick here. Oh, that's a good roll. Okay. Your common sense is tingling,
Oh boy.
and it tells you not only is Philippa probably not at her bookstore at this time of night, but you are a prime mage, and you feel a certain amount of urgency in the situation. Like, if any prime mage is going to take a crack at this, maybe you want to try it before whatever this is resolves itself in an unfavorable way.
Oh boy. All right. Hey guys, I feel like I should take a crack at this. Whatever it is. I don't know what it
Sounds
is.
good to me.
Just don't die.
I don't think I will.
Perfect. Go for it.
Okay, so give
Does
me
my common sense want to tell me what I should do?
Nope. Why don't you roll Gnosis plus Prime, and Yoder, why don't you roll Gnosis plus Spirit?
Gnosis and spirit. Okay.
Wow,
Can I use
okay.
my AI spell to Google search for how to prime somebody that's
How to prime
Okay.
somebody?
yeah.
I wonder if there's like a mage subreddit where people are sharing. Let's see here. What could a purposeful AI glean for you here?
Like a FAQ on
The end user license agreement for Prime Magic
yeah.
has some interesting details. If you can come up with a plausible thing to Google, then absolutely you can cast your spell and it'll do it. Actually, while we're here, why don't you roll Mind plus Gnosis?
Sure. I can totally do that.
Dang. Okay, everybody got 2 successes. So, the Merovingian is thinking about this and examining things with what knowledge he has of prime magic, and what he describes to you is, okay, look, there's a bright light. I'm hearing sounds through it. It's around Sammy, and I get the feeling that something is imminent. It feels like there's something going on, like on the other side of that light or something. And Yoder, upon hearing this, it sounds to him kind of similar to the Spirit Road that he set up once upon a time to go from here to, the Shadow Realm, and that's where you met Stu. And it occurs to you that maybe someone could open a gate somehow, and you could all go through, just like you did, except that was to the spirit world, and this would be to the supernal world, which is a good deal farther away. And Ender, Timmy, it occurs to you that you haven't really tried to check the state of Sammy's mind through all of this.
Seems like something I ought to do.
That seems like a wise thing to try, sure. You want to do that?
Sure. Just Gnosis plus Mind. I'm not sure what the spell is.
Yeah, Gnosis plus Mind is fine for just checking out the general status of things.
General mind.
General mindy stuff. Sammy's mind is not here at all.
Oh my.
It has vacated the premises. His body's still alive, heart is beating, all that stuff, but there's no brain activity.
Well, I've never really done this scan, but like before this, so can't be sure that that's
you might just be
different.
doing it wrong. So is there anything you want to try with all that in mind? Any of you? Any suggestions for the Merovingian or
It sounds like I want to try to open some kind of doorway to the Supernal Realm.
So where's the Supernal Realm compared to what stuff?
Let me see if I've got that image still here. I don't know that I do. Looks like I don't. Well, so the
Compared to the Shadow Realm.
The Supernal Realm is as far away as you can get as far as destinations in all the different dimensions you've been dealing with. It's where magic comes from, and when the big disaster happened that cracked the world in half and cast a curse on mortals and nobody can see magic anymore, that was a big old abyss opening between the material world and the supernal world. And normally, the only time a mage ever gets to go see the supernal world is when he has his awakening. Your mind goes there.
So I couldn't scry to where Sammy's brain is.
I don't think.
Nothing weird.
That's an interesting question. Because that's really far away. But you think, talking about this, the Merovingian sounds like he wants to try and open some form of portal, and you think that clearly this is clearly this isn't a physical journey that Sammy's on. And clearly his mind is what has gone someplace else. So you're wondering if maybe you could help facilitate with your mind magic and send all of your minds through.
Ah, yes.
And I think that sounds like a great idea. So,
Hey guys, are you fond of your minds?
Nah, let's send them.
Okay.
all right. Well, let's have all three of you roll Gnosis plus either Prime or Mind or Life. And the life magic is what's going to be what's going to make sure your hearts continue to pump blood while you're gone.
Oh. Looks like I'm gonna totally live.
Yeah, Yoder has done it. Yoder is volunteering to put your bodies in sort of pause while you do this. Where are you, by the way? Are you still in the lobby of Paradigm Solutions, draping Sammy over a couch?
We started dragging Sammy back to the greasemobile, and then as we were about to get rolling, I realized my common sense kicked in.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're dragging Sammy back to the greasemobile, and you're having this conversation, and by now you've loaded him in, and he's back in his customary couch spot, and you're rolling these spells. So Yoder volunteers to make sure everybody doesn't die. Ender volunteers to sort of enable your minds to project through this portal. And the Merovingian volunteers to try and open the damn thing in the first place. So
Opening a portal to the Supernal Realm.
Well, you're going to try and see if you can reach through whatever this channel is through which you are receiving sensory input. And
All right.
Sort of like you would do with a scrying window. If someone were scrying you, you could cast a spell back at them without having any ability to use space magic.
Okay, I got it.
You're let's see here. I'm trying to think if your laptop's going to help at all.
Probably not. As much as I want it to.
Well, so I think it will. So let's so Merovingian spell, improvised spell to attempt to widen the gap or open the channel or make it two-way or however you want to put it. 3 successes. So this phenomenon should be receptive to whatever your plan is. And Ender sees a new Wi-Fi signal pop up on his laptop and says, "Oh, neat." So it's a supernal router. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a break from this to connect to this random Wi-Fi.
So you open a sort of a telepathic link between the three of you, so you don't get lost out in the weird supernal realm. And Yoder, your 2 successes, everybody succeeded. So Yoder makes sure the hearts keep pumping, and you go along for the ride as long as you want to, anyway. And Applewhite will, hold down the
Sneak
fort.
off while we're busy.
Applewhite will probably not touch all your dicks.
That guy is totally to be trusted.
So in a flash of light, you find yourselves, the three of you, standing on an elevator. And you don't feel like your minds have been altered. You feel fine.
Cool.
Is Philip here?
Philip is here. It's a strange
Hey.
red velvet brass fixtures elevator. You recognize it from Paradigm Solutions.
Are the doors open?
Please.
They are closed.
All
What floor are we
right.
on? Philip, what floor are we on?
Philip looks over at you and sort of just shrugs. I don't know. The floors have no meaning to him at this point.
He's completely given up. Fuck if I know, man.
Well, you want to get out? Okay. Ding. Door opens and you see mist.
It's creepy.
Missed.
Hey, Philip, have you seen our buddy Honey Badger at all recently?
He nods slowly. He doesn't speak. He's not his usual jovial, verbal self.
Can you get us to wherever he is?
He just points straight out the elevator.
All right.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Can you wait here?
He looks like he wants to laugh.
Let's jump out.
Yeah, let's get out. Out we go.
Whee! You feel like your magic is amped up here. You're not sure if it's because you're in the Supernal Realm or because this is all a dream, but
I want to sense consciousness,
yeah, okay. Your skin feels electric.
unless I already have that up.
No, do it. Sense consciousness. Is it just Gnosis plus mind?
Yeah, do I get any bonus for my tingling?
Well, what that means is you might be able to cast higher dot spells than you normally could.
Like psychic sword. No.
Yeah, you want a psychic sword? Here we go.
Oh no.
Oh,
It's all falling apart.
you're pretty sure your own consciousness is present, but beyond that,
Sweet.
anybody else want to try anything?
I don't know. Would sense spirit do anything?
God knows. Let's find out together.
Let me just double check, make sure. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I'll just see if I can. What, I'm trying to think. Is sense spirit? Well, sense spirit's not really actually a spell.
Well, you can
I'm gonna,
sense
well, I'm
spirit
gonna do
with-
spirit.
with-
See, hear, speaks, whatever, all that stuff.
Well, I like your idea about trying to detect spirits. If it isn't a spell, it should be. So just roll Gnosis plus spirit.
Okay.
Okay. Well, your bone knife's gone. That did not come with you.
Okay.
And you're not a spirit, and Ender and Merovingian are not spirits. You don't sense any spirits in the area except for Philip, strangely enough. Philip is a spirit, as far as you can tell.
Intriguing. Okay.
If nobody else wants to try anything,
Nope, I just want to walk forward.
you want to walk away from the elevator.
Yep.
Which takes us back to Sammy.
Are they in the fog?
Well,
Are we?
you're mule kicking an obelisk right now, facing away from it, back the direction
Okay.
you came. And for now it is, or for a while it was featureless gray mist. But now you do see 3 figures trudging toward you.
All right, I would like to chuck the piece of obelisk at them.
Hey, man.
I don't know what you are.
Strength plus athletics.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of dice. Oh, that's a bunch of 10s.
Boy.
Okay, 3 successes. Let's see here. He doesn't
The
even
Merovingian
shoot.
has strategically positioned himself behind the 2 strong guys.
Who throws
Well,
an obelisk? Seriously.
He doesn't even shout like, "Hey, who are you?" He just starts throwing stuff. All right, here we go.
I mean, he was throwing bricks last month, whatever the hell it was,
All right,
10 minutes ago.
It missed all 3 of you. So you hear, and you're pretty sure something just flew past your head, but it didn't impact. You hear it hit the ground somewhere behind you, though. So it was a physical object, as far as physical objects go here.
Can we see that it's him, or
You see a tall,
Figure.
monolithic shape.
okay.
Well, let's go towards that.
I want to shout out, "Hey, man, that's not cool."
You don't know anything. Just shout something.
Hey, man, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Well, Sammy, you hear Ender's voice shouting, "Hey, man, that's not cool."
Is that you guys?
Of course.
Don't say of course, like suddenly you're just gonna randomly get off an elevator in hell and I'm supposed to know it's you? It's fucking terrifying down here, you bitches.
Do you continue to approach?
Them?
Yes.
Yes, do they continue to approach the obelisk?
Yes,
I'm
we
still
do.
got my back to the obelisk, so does that mean they're looking at it and bad things will happen to them?
We'll find out in a second.
Oh, hey, that thing I chucked at you had some words on it I couldn't read. Somebody should pick that up and check it out.
That'll be albacore, I think.
All right, so you're approaching, and the tower comes into a relatively clear view, and in
See,
front
now
of it,
you said tower twice, and it was just an obelisk before.
the obelisk comes into fairly clear view.
Okay, if it was a tower, I might not have mule kicked it.
Yeah, you would have.
That's probably true. It's probably,
Maybe when you kicked it, it had a very towery feel to it.
The 3 of you give me, actually all 4 of you, wits plus composure.
Oh no.
Hold on.
Honey Badger's got that roll queued up.
yes, he does.
0.
Damn! Oh, Jesus Christ!
I am
Okay.
so composured.
All right,
6
so
successes on 7 dice, not bad.
Honey Badger, you still have not looked at the obelisk behind you. You see the 3 of them approaching, and they're all checking it out. They're all looking at it like there's no problem. You see, it is the 3 of them. You know, it's not some trick. We'll just skip straight to the Merovingian. You hear this cackling sound getting closer and closer, and mixed in with it, you think you can make out the beating of leathery wings.
Oh my. Guys,
these-
there's a giant laughing bat. Be careful.
Sounds like probably more than one giant laughing bat.
Many giant laughing bats.
Okay.
Probably read that chunk of obelisk.
They might be like
Or they
flying
eat.
monkeys or something.
Give me another wits plus composure roll, Merovingian.
His 6 wasn't enough?
This is another roll. So you were looking at the sky and the obelisk and around you, and you heard cackling leathery wings and shrieks and hoots and howls. And now you look down, and you see you're walking through a field of dead, trampled flowers.
Oh my. What color is the obelisk?
The obelisk is still it's a dingy light that's illuminating everything. So everything looks just sort of brownish and grayish and dark, including the obelisk.
Hey, so is something bad going to happen to Ender and Yoder, or can I ask them a question?
I don't understand the question. You can ask them whatever you want.
Well, you had him do wits plus composure, and you got a 0, so I figured
I got a
maybe that
1
had
on
He
that.
consequences.
just didn't notice anything, and Yoder.
Oh,
No, when I asked for
staring
wits plus,
blankly.
yeah, he's just looking around saying, "Hey, this is neat."
okay. All right.
Oh, there's an
So-
obelisk.
So you guys, I think my plan is working because in here I have some magic abilities again. So we didn't really talk about it too much, but what the hell happened with you guys that you came out of it fine that I need to do to get out of this shit?
I answered questions and wrote my name on a chalkboard.
Okay.
I did some computer junk.
I ran over a turtle and then signed my name in its blood.
And that was awesome.
Okay. So you signed your name just someplace?
There was a tower.
Okay. How about you two?
I don't remember signing my name to anything. I imagine I did.
I remember
you-
signing my name, but it was on a chalkboard.
Okay. I think maybe it's time I open this envelope.
Okay. Well, you open the envelope, and there's something hard inside.
Okay.
You
Is
pull
it
it
your
out.
penis?
It's your peanut. No, it's you pull it out and hold it in front of you, and it is a magic marker.
Magic.
Ah.
Okay.
Get it?
Uh-huh.
Roll prime magic on it. Check if it's really magic or not.
Ooh, I would like to inspect it to see if it's really magic.
It's the magic marker brand of permanent marker. Is the joke?
Okay. So
I still want to analyze the enchanted item on the marker.
I want to analyze this joke.
Please
okay,
do.
so I seem to be at a tower. I seem to have a marker. Are we letting him do this?
Hold on. I'm rolling. I need to
He's-
roll Gnosis
Jesus
plus Prime
He's rolling some
to
dice.
analyze enchanted item.
I don't want to interrupt him now.
Can I kick him in the shins and just go about my business?
There's an enchantment on it.
You could ignore him.
It's magic.
It is indeed a magic marker. 2 successes. That's all you get.
I just wanted you to know that is actually a magic marker.
That's so fucking phenomenal. I can't even tell you. Did anybody pick up that rock I threw at you to see what it said?
No.
I did.
You did.
No, you
Yeah.
didn't. You son of a bitch. All right, you picked it up.
So
I
the envelope,
collect rocks.
the envelope just has a magic marker in it. There's no note or anything.
Nope, just a magic marker.
Where'd you get that envelope?
Myself.
Oh.
I don't want to talk about it. It was weird.
Oh no!
Did you come out of a phone booth that landed from the sky?
No, but I was in the elevator, which is kind of like one. Also, elevators still suck.
All right, wits plus composure, everybody.
I remember it this time.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't get a 0.
Dang, Jesus!
We're
So
rolling
many
well.
dice. Yeah.
Alright.
Well, you all hear very clear the sound of beating wings now, and you're starting to be able to make out some shapes above you. And something is just screaming and howling and having a great time as it careens toward you and the obelisk.
Oh, fuck. I just figured out what's happening. What the hell am I supposed to sign? We gotta get out of here.
Sign your name.
Where?
What's the there was a rope attached to him, right? There's a rope attached to you? Did I
What?
do that before? Wasn't there a rope?
There was a rope, but it was not attached to him. Yes.
Oh,
Where's the rope?
There's no rope. There's no rope.
okay. I remember something about a rope before.
Does anybody want to
sign
look
the
at the?
obelisk.
Does anybody want to look at the obelisk?
Look at the obelisk.
I don't want to look at it.
The
It makes me
Merovingian-
feel
I will look-
uncomfortable.
The
I will look-
Merovingian should look at the obelisk.
Yeah.
I will,
Okay.
I will open up my lighter.
Click.
Click it.
We'll say your lighter
so
came
that
with you
I
for
can
some
see,
reason.
and I will look at the obelisk.
All right.
So immersive.
You see the name Larry West.
Larry West.
Yeah.
That's all I see. That's.
You couldn't read Larry. Whatever.
That wasn't on the block that I chipped off. This was on the tower. He's looking at the tower, not the piece.
And you move the lighter a little bit, and you see the name Harshavardan Rangrej.
Is there an open spot near
What's
these
that?
names?
What harsh? What was it?
It's a very long, complicated name that I
Oh.
can't repeat.
Okay.
Can I read it backwards?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, is it something?
You feel like you're going to have a hard time signing your name without looking at this obelisk.
Oh dear God!
Look at the obelisk.
All right, I'm gonna look at the obelisk.
Oh, no. There's so much snow on... Okay.
Bro.
You look at the obelisk, and nothing happens. In fact, now you feel flooded with understanding. Gazing at the surface of the obelisk, it's perfectly clear that you're looking at names, and you feel an otherworldly compulsion to add your own to the pile. And right at about shoulder height, there's a beautiful empty spot that's just about the size of Sammy's name.
I am gonna sign away.
Give him the marker. Where's the marker?
I have the marker. I
He's
didn't give him the marker.
he's got the marker.
I'm signing my name.
You sign your name, and a warm glow suffuses you, and you feel complete somehow. And then you fall over unconscious. And all of you,
Conscious now.
all of you, wake up back in the greasemobile, and real quick, Timmy.
That's me.
You feel Applewhite's hand rummaging around in your pants.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Move you closer to him.
Mildly excited.
Position your member in his hand.
Am I awake or am I still unconscious?
You're all waking up here, and Applewhite
Alright.
shouts "shit" and jumps out the door, and you hear him running away off into the distance. Actually,
Stu.
Honey Badger,
I wanna-
Honey Badger's
No,
still
are you gonna
unconscious.
finish out the door?
You want me to
Say-
send Stu after him?
No, just fucking kill me.
Forever.
Yes,
Stu's busy making all the dogs bark because he's ridiculous.
Sammy's still unconscious. But you all wake up, and now is
I'm
your
guessing-
opportunity to heal poor Sammy.
Yeah, you probably
Okay.
could sense consciousness and know that I'm there now.
Yeah, I sense his mind.
Okay.
Well, you've still got sense consciousness active, and yes, indeed, the brain is back.
Okay. It's not. It's
Oh
not
my
down,
God!
so-
Holy Christ! There's two brains. No, it's that's a really good roll.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I will roll to heal him.
Please, he'd probably appreciate it. Oh my
Nice.
God!
Shit.
All right, so this was
Or-
healing heart. Is that right?
Yeah.
Let's find that. I think that will just heal 4 lethal wounds.
Yeah. It's one.
That sounds right.
It's one bashing or lethal per success.
Yeah. Okay. So sweep 4 of those X's off your character sheet, Drew.
Oh,
And that Ding, give me a mana.
Yeah, that costs some mana.
So somebody in chat mentioned that when those guys had their awakening, they all were shitting mana when they came out of it. Am I shitting mana everywhere?
No, that was because Kingmaker was.
Yeah, Kingmaker was scouring your material patterns and turning you into mana. He was being a real dick.
Okay, good. No shitting mana. Good enough.
All right. You feel like you might be a mage now. And
Okay.
I think
try a spell.
yeah, try a spell. Let's see if anything's working.
Okay. What? Let's see. What should I cast?
You remember vaguely that you used to be a time and fate mage? Yeah.
But is he still?
Let's see. I'm gonna see if I what road do I have?
Do you
Find
have
the
any
hidden
rotes?
horde.
Find the
Huh?
hidden horde.
Knowing you.
I do have that, but I don't have a hidden. I know my camper. There's no hidden hordes in the camper.
Of course, there are hidden hordes. That's where
That sounds like the perfect test.
Yoda keeps his crossbacks, isn't it?
But
You said it was the Millennium
wouldn't-
Falcon of campers.
Why wouldn't there be hidden hordes in the
true.
Greasel?
Look,
They're probably
I
all
had
over the
three
fucking place.
successes.
Nice.
Does anyone ever see the old Dennis the Menace episode where Mr. Wilson wins a shopping spree and he's allowed to go into the drugstore with the shopping cart and just take whatever he can shovel into the cart for free? And he's been preparing for it for weeks in advance, and he walks in like all smug, and the drugstore manager says, "Well, you know, I wish you the best of luck." And Mr. Wilson says, "I won't need any luck. I know exactly where everything is." And he reaches up onto the shelf, expecting to find a pipe, and instead he ends up with a yo-yo in his finger, and it goes down, and he looks like a real adult. Does anybody remember that episode?
No.
No.
It's a really good one.
Okay.
You think you're reaching for a copy of Hustler magazine, and instead you poke your hand on the end of Yoder's crossbacks.
Huh.
But you did find a hidden horde.
Okay. So I'm a mage. Yay!
Yay!
Nice
Great job, everyone. Well, next
have
time you
awakened
can you can spend all your magely powers trying to correct the black creature problem at the bottom of the lake.
No, that was already our fix.
Oh
Yeah, we
so-
took care of
so
that.
that's-
Yeah.
that's all
Yeah, we
fixed.
lit
That's
the
fixed.
lake on fire. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we burned the boathouse. Everything's gonna be fine. I would like to
We-
harvest the mana from the Hallow.
Oh, good call. Okay. You're gonna have you made your mana potion yet?
I haven't had enough downtime to learn it. I don't think.
Okay.
Do we want to do some manual medicine to Sammy?
No, I'm fine.
Stop some of the other bleeding. I think it might be a wise idea.
Oh, I'm bleeding.
I mean, I don't have any medicine.
Well, you,
Oh, hey,
Right.
quick, too. I want to. What's the bone knife doing?
the bone knife has settled down a bit,
Okay.
but it still seems to be awake, just not quite as excited.
Does anything in particular make it go nuts?
Not
Like
right
it might-
now.
Okay.
What seemed to make it go nuts was when Honey Badger was on the brink of death.
Okay. So he just wanted to finish him off. Perfect. Good to know.
Okie doke. So if that's it, then we will cut it
Oh,
off here.
They correctly pointed out in the chat too that it wasn't truly a sanctum yet because I wasn't a mage, but now it's a sanctum.
Ah.
Hooray. I don't remember what that means.
Things.
Me neither.
No, I think you can make a sanctum even without magic. It's just, well, I don't know. It's a sanctum now.
Cool.
Sweet.
Well, congratulations on awakening a second time.
Yay.
And we will
Well,
say
you're not
goodnight to
talking about
YouTube. Good night,
Night.
YouTube.
Night, Twitch.
Night.
Good night.